Hey, what's up, guys? For those of you tuning in, I'm back with another Facebook Live, and the clocks were changed today, so I don't know if it's throwing you guys off. It's throwing me off, and unfortunately, I woke up with a pretty rough headache. So, yeah, so it's today's Sunday, and today's been brought to you by One Star Guitar. You can get one of these cool mugs, and I'll have a link in the description box when I get around to it. So cheers, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Again, in the comment section, if you get a chance, let me know where you're from. I'd love to hear where people are from, where they're tuning in. And again, this YouTube live thing, I'm still getting acquainted with it. So it takes me a minute just to figure out how to even get on here and enable it. So for that matter, I'm still getting acquainted. So again, cheers. And hopefully it's warm where you're coming from. I'm coming from Michigan, so it is quite cold here. But I just wanted to talk about a few things with going live, and especially since I've seen other people do the live thing. But just like most of my videos, I don't probably spend a lot of time talking because people want to get information, and they want information now, and that's pretty much the whole idea of the internet, right? All right, so it's Massachusetts, right? Am I saying it right? Groveland, Massachusetts. Yep. I appreciate you tuning in as always and checking out the videos. I always tell people I'm from Detroit, Michigan, because it's the closest thing. So I'm actually in Sterling Heights, but Detroit is pretty close to where I'm at. But yeah, where I'm at, it's still the weather is just really rough right now. It's cold. It's windy. By the end of this video, I'll probably be picking up shingles on my front lawn. So, but anyways, if you're tuning in and you've watched my videos, I do appreciate you coming by. And I wanted to clear something up, especially for those who might watch the video later. I get a lot of people on my channel that'll say things. Well, that's not how you play the song, and those aren't the chords. If you watched my YouTube channel long enough, you know that what I do is a lot of times I simplify the song. So, and I even make it pretty clear. I don't say these are the exact chords. But what I wanted to do was talk about a few things that, especially the capo. This is like just one of my favorite items here. If you don't have one, you need to get one. I've got multiple capos. So I tend to lose things. I lose guitar picks and I lose capos. So what I do is I keep them in the console in my car. I'll keep them in a coat pocket. But Kaiser's the one that I use. I don't know if you guys have any specific capos that you use, but I found that Kaiser's will last me the longest. I mean, they're just durable. They're, remember, anything too inexpensive is just probably not going to last you. So this is a great capo, and I'll have a link below that you can get the exact type of capo. So drinking coffee in Long Island. Welcome to New York. Yeah, wet and rainy here. Yeah, we're having our share of the rain as well, and last night was super windy, so just getting through it. But take a song like Journey, Love and Touch and Squeezing. Great tune. Now, if you're going to sing it vocally, which can be a difficult song. You make me weak. And it's too early for me to sing right now. I wanna die just when. But let's say it's a little bit hard for you to sing vocally. You put the capo on the second fret, and your A is now a G shape. You make me weak, right? I want to die just when. And now your D becomes a C. But let's just say vocally it's still too difficult, so I'll just take the capo and I'll bring it down one. And I can already tell by playing it's easier. You make me weak. I wanna die just when. You said we tried loving, touching deep, squeezing to F and then N and G each other. And there really is no right or wrong. A lot of times, like I said, when people say, well, those aren't the exact chords. Well, if you're playing the song and you're playing it in the key that it's in and you transpose it to another key, it's still the same song. I'm not eliminating a certain chord altogether just because I can't play it, but a lot of times when I change keys, I purposely change keys, to make it easier sometimes to play, because maybe the chords might be simpler to play, or vocally it's easier to do. So depending on, if you're playing out live, it's going to make a big difference. If you're playing by the campfire, if you're playing for friends, whatever the case may be. Anybody on right now? Do you guys do any live performance right now, or is it mostly for hobby? Are you playing out anywhere? I'm always curious about that, because I have written a couple ebooks based upon that. But even as a hobby, the more you do it, the better you get at it. I remember when I first started playing guitar, and of course this is before the internet and everything. I bought tons of books from music stores, so I learned as much as I could from the books. But the beauty of YouTube is you can learn something different from everybody. So not just my videos, but you can watch other people and say, oh, I learned something here. Oh, here's a cool gold nugget here. So the whole idea is you just keep learning. I mentioned that in one of the last live ones, is you continue learning, you keep learning. I'll be honest, I've got tons of notebooks sometimes I keep around. I just jot things on so I don't forget. But I also teach too. So when it comes to teaching, there's so much information, and it depends on, every student is different. Everybody learns differently. So you always have to take in consideration the time it may take to learn something is different for everybody. Probably could play out. I've been playing since 1980. Oh, well, I don't know if they do open mics where you're at. I know when I first started, there was a lot of open mic stuff that I did, and that really kind of, for me, broke the ice a little bit. I also wanted to say too, depending on where you're from, and there's a lot of places, at least where I live, there's really cool senior centers that you can get gigs at, and you play for maybe an hour or so, and it's a great way to get in the door to these places and play tunes, a lot of older tunes, but I mean, they enjoy your company, they enjoy the music. You go there for an hour, you play, whether it's Sinatra, or, well, to be honest with you, a lot of people, I've had requests even for Kenny Rogers or Neil Diamond. There's a lot of great music that you could play and maybe not feel the pressure of playing out either with a band or out live in a bar or anything. And these senior centers offer, they're called activities directors. Those are the people you have to talk to get in there. But if you get in there and they like you, then you could actually have a pretty cool gig every once in a while. Again, I wrote an ebook on that as well, because I thought that was important for people to know that you have options out there when it comes to playing out live. I played about 300 people at my work. It was nerve-wracking. Only been playing for 2 years now. Definitely a hobby, but love for it to become more. Oh, and then your arranging songs are a great way to get started. Songs want to learn. Yeah. So, I think getting over the nerve-wracking part of it, it can take a while. There still are times where somebody may request something, and if I don't know it fully, I probably won't play it. But you get yourself one of these great tablets, to put songs on, as far as words and lyrics. I use that every once in a while, but for the most part, I try to commit most stuff to memory. But it's great to constantly keep learning and adding to your repertoire of songs, because to be honest with you, if you think about it, I mean, I go back to the 50s, so I do 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, a little bit of today's music, but really not much. And people love the variety. So when you start adding to your repertoire, and somebody says, well, what do you play? A lot of times when I go into a live situation, I don't even play with a set list. I just look at the crowd and I say, what would they like to hear? I even ask people, what would you like to hear? And that's kind of how I base things. The other thing I was going to say, and I haven't gotten into this or videos or talked about this, I used to work for a company that was a singing telegram company. So if you're looking for some sort of gig down the road to do, I used to dress up like Elvis and do like 3 tunes, and it was usually like an anniversary or a party or something of that sort. Um, Singing gigs like that are a niche. They're far and few, but they're interesting though. So if you ever got into the idea of a singing telegram type business, I can tell you days like Valentine's Day would be huge. Something during, Sweetest Day, special days, obviously. So something to think about. Last time I talked about some of the trouble that people had with bar chords, and again, even if you're not good at bar chords, it takes time to get good at them. But be patient, because yes, they can be a pain. And that's one of the reasons why I use the capo a lot. It's not that I can't do the bar chord. It's just when I'm singing and I'm playing live in a situation, I don't want to concentrate as much on the bar chords. Of course, there's going to be these guitar players that argue, oh, you're cheating out the chord, or you're just trying to do it the simple way. I am trying to do it the simpler way. There's nothing wrong with doing it the simpler way. And you'll be seeing more videos of me utilizing the ukulele. Does anybody play the ukulele in here? I'm not sure if anybody on right now does, but doing more with that instrument. It's a great instrument to learn. It does take some time to learn the chord structures, as they're a little bit different from guitar. However, the songs are really pretty easy, some of them to play. And you can find some songs that will use 4 chords, and you can play tons of tunes using those 4 chords. And eventually I'll post something that will give you a better idea as to what, maybe a list of 4 chord tunes that you can play on the ukulele, and, well, for that matter, guitar. I've done videos like that before, like, songs that use 3 chords, and I'll give you a handful of songs, which can be really helpful in a live situation, because what I'll do is I'll take one song and I will loop that song, and I'll play other songs related to that. Like this past weekend, I did. You could do stuff like, when the night has come, the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. So whether it uses the same chords or it stays in the same key, I'll go from one song to another. Of course, now I went blank, but that was Stand By Me by Benny King. And what I'll do is I'll go from that. Every breath you take. And I'll do something like that. I'll go into a song like that. Every move you make. So something that uses the same chords. And what it does is it keeps the momentum going if you're playing in a live situation, because it's really important. My biggest pet peeve is space. Any sort of too much extra space when you're playing in a live situation. So it's good to know. So you guys have been playing for a little while. You guys have been watching the videos for a while. What do you find is the most helpful in the videos, or what would you like to see more of in future videos? Anything that you'd like to see more of, or what do you find has helped out the most? And again, I try to keep things at a certain amount of time as far as how long the videos are, because I feel like if you're watching a video, you really want the meat and potatoes of it. You don't want to spend a lot of time just hearing somebody babble for the first 30 seconds to a minute, especially when they're promoting something. Oh, by the way, if you go to the description box, and this is just here's my 1-star guitar mug. But yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying there. So, but yeah, definitely whatever it takes to improve your playing more. And I would love to do another video. I did a video a while back ago that was a sort of an Elvis tribute thing. And what I did was I had people send me songs of, we did Suspicious Minds. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, Suspicious Minds. And basically what we did was I said, all right, for those who want to do it, you do the Elvis song Suspicious Minds, send me your video and I'll splice it together. and it was, you know, I had probably 4 or 5, 6 people doing it. It was the song Suspicious Minds, and you got a chance to see different people playing it with their different styles involved as well. Just something fun to do. Because, I mean, after all, even like a collaboration like that, it's something interesting to put out on YouTube, and then heck, you're going to see your face in a video. How fun is that, right? You know, and singing a tune. So thinking about another song to do as a collaboration, whether it's Beatles, Stones, whatever you guys would like to see. Like to see more finger picking songs. Okay, that's okay. And then oh, hello from Germany. Germany. What time is it over there in Germany? I know it's probably opposite than here. Like what, maybe a 6-7 hour difference. I'm not sure. But yeah. So I'm thinking about doing another collaboration type song. If you guys are interested in being part of it, I'm not quite sure yet what to pick out, but definitely something that you guys could okay, 15 to 20 hour, okay, definitely something that'll be fun. Like I said, probably Beatles, Stones, something of that sort. Also, and I'm probably showing my age here, but I was always into a lot of old school games growing up, based upon Intellivision and Atari. I do have a game out now that you can download if you have a Droid. So it's in the Google Play Store, and I'll have that below. It's called Pick. It's based upon a guitar pick that shoots at different types of instruments, unrelated to rock and roll. It's kind of a funny idea, but it's based upon the game Galaga. So if you remember the game Galaga from, I'm going to say, the early '80s, that's basically what the game is about. But it's a shooter type game, but it's kind of fun. I'll have that below so you can check that out. But definitely, getting back to the tunes here. I'll have some more tunes up today. There's a lot of requests that people give to me, so I want to apologize if either A, I haven't gotten to your request, or B, I haven't gotten back with you about something, because sometimes it's a little crazy during the week. A lot of guys don't know, but I run a barbershop during the week, so I keep pretty busy with that, as well as teaching guitar and drums at a music store. So it takes up a lot of time. The videos take time to make. They take time to edit, and to really, even in editing, making sure that it's, I'm not doing a 10-minute video. I want to make it short, sweet, and simple. So I appreciate you guys waiting around for that. And any other questions, anything offhand that you guys want to know before I head out of here, because I'm going to start editing some videos today. And thanks again, guys, for watching. This is the room. It's a mess right now. You don't want to see it, but this is the room I actually record in, and try and do a lot of that, the work as far as putting the songs together. Somebody asked me once, how do I figure out tunes? How do I figure out how to play certain songs? When you've been playing for a long time and you understand the idea of major and minor chords, sometimes you should be able to hear actually the difference. So, for instance, if I hear a song and I hear a G, I can clearly hear the difference between a G and a G minor. Definitely the G chord has a bright, kind of happy sound, where the G minor has got sort of a sad, sound to it. And a lot of times what I'll use is the first, the sixth string and the fifth string to figure out the bass notes for the chords. I'll be listening to a song and I'll listen for the bass notes, and I'll be able to figure out a lot based upon the fifth and sixth string. So that just gives you an idea how I do figure out when I'm figuring out tunes and listening to songs. Unfortunately, online, you'll find tab every once in a while. You'll find, somebody will transcribe something, and it's not always the right way. And I don't mean playing it in a different key. I don't mean, their interpretation. I mean, like, the chords are just, they're wrong, so be aware of that. There's a lot of that goes on out there, and not everything on the internet is true. I know we like to believe that, but not everything on the internet is true. Your vids are definitely short, sweet, and simple. Thank you for them. Well, I appreciate that, Stanley. So I'm going to go ahead and edit some videos today. I thank you guys for tuning in. This is sort of an impromptu thing. I'm going to try and let you guys know, but I'm going to try and do this on a daily basis on Sunday mornings. and try to answer questions if you guys have questions about things. So appreciate you guys tuning in, and watch for some more videos today. Have a great day, guys.